Hi, I'm Leyton. As you heard Quinn say, we're trying to change the world. Well, what happens when you try? Sometimes you succeed. Let me tell you about it. In the Penguin Corps, we have weekly meetings on Wednesdays before school. At those meetings, we select a leader to be the master of ceremonies and to get things going. We always started the same way. The leader asked us, "What are we trying to do?" Then we responded, "Change the world." Then the leader asked us, "How do you change the world?" And then we replied, "Be crazy enough to think you can." It gets things started on a positive note and kind of wakes us up in a way as well as gets us excited about whatever we're doing that morning. Lessons started with us learning how to install software. This isn't just the apps, but the actual operating system itself. And doing it in Linux is very different from doing it in Windows. Most of these computers we work on were about to be sent to recycling, but with Linux, we revived them. They are currently in the classrooms of our school as well as being used by hundreds of students at distance learning. Some of the lessons we used came from the Floss Desktops for Kids curriculum for open source initiative. It has lots of good ideas that really worked for us. Its author, Patrick Masson, wanted to see schools have a ready resource for doing this kind of stuff. We recommend it. Most people today think installing software means simply clicking a button that says install. Well, that can be done in the Linux world too, but we found that it's a lot more fun to open up a terminal window and type the commands. In fact, all members of the Penguin Corps learned how to do this. We never made it a requirement because everybody wanted to do it anyway. I enjoy it too. As I mentioned, we refurbish computers. We work on old computers that either the school didn't want anymore or that people gave to us. Most of those were computers were played with students that didn't have one. You'll learn more about that from Jason, but here's a preview. We'll close our school's digital divide. We also provided computers for our school. We set up full classroom sets of laptops for a few middle school classrooms and several station sets for several elementary classrooms, along with putting 6 computers in our school's media center. Lots of kids were helpless here. When our school went to distance and hybrid learning, more computers were needed for kids at home. We provided those too, along with keeping a steady supply of laptops for the office in case it needed to be replaced for a kid. Even though there have been times where school is closed and converted to distance due to COVID-19, we still tried to stay together as a team by meeting over Zoom. From there, we went to present on at conferences just like this one and started a YouTube channel. You know what they say about all work and no play, right? Well, we end each season at the Penguin Corps by having a party. We get to have fun playing video games, and we eat a lot of snacks. Well, you might be asking, what impact did it have? For starters, many of our teachers don't need to check out computer cards because they have computers in their rooms. Since our start, our Linux user base has grown from 0 to hundreds of students. We are learning tech skills that we won't learn anywhere else, at least not yet. And let's not forget that we closed our school's digital divide that at a time when we really needed it. Thank you very much. And coming up next is Sylvie's Well.